Hey everyone, welcome back to the Agenda Now channel. Today, I'm diving into the fiery speech Maryland's own Andy Harris just delivered on the House floor, all about the Senate amendment to H.R. 5371. Harris is calling this the bill that finally ends what he's labeled the Democrat-led shutdown and puts Congress back on track. But does it actually live up to that bold promise? Let's break it down. First, Harris wastes no time painting the shutdown as a full-blown crisis. He points to millions affected, from families relying on SNAP benefits, to federal workers and border agents missing paychecks, even troops left in limbo. According to Harris, H.R. 5371 is the lifeline, the bill that gets everything moving again and brings some basic order back to D.C. Before I get into the weeds, if you're into deep dives and honest breakdowns, hit that subscribe button so you never miss a thing. Now, Harris's big selling point: this bill stretches government funding all the way through January 2026. Why's that important? No more last-minute, holiday season, slapdash spending deals, the kind that make Congress look like a circus every December. Harris claims this longer runway means more stability, less chaos, and, in theory, fewer shutdown showdowns. Drilling down, Harris hypes up the details of the FY 2026 Agriculture, Rural Development, and FDA Appropriations Act tucked inside the bill. We're talking $26.65 billion in discretionary spending. But here's the kicker. He says Republicans locked in these flat spending levels. In his words, it's fiscal discipline, not another spending spree, and Trump-era priorities are staying put. The money goes toward farmers, ranchers, USDA, the FDA, plus full funding for food programs like SNAP and WIC. But maybe the most headline-grabbing piece: the crackdown on the so-called hemp loophole. Harris claims that unregulated intoxicating hemp products, the stuff you see sold at gas stations, are showing up in the hands of kids. He points to thousands of poison control calls, with a chunk involving children under 5. The bill includes a major regulatory fix, supposedly with backing from attorneys general in dozens of states. And, of course, Harris wraps it up by taking direct aim at Democrats, blaming them for dragging out the shutdown over what he calls budget-busting demands. He casts Republicans as the adults in the room, the ones holding the line on spending and protecting taxpayers. So that's Harris's pitch in a nutshell: end the shutdown, keep spending flat, boost ag and food safety, tighten hemp laws, and frame the GOP as the responsible parent. Now, I want to hear from you. Does this bill actually fix the problem, or is it just more DC theater? Drop your take in the comments, and if you found this breakdown useful, subscribe and turn on notifications. See you in the next one.
From Connecticut reserves, the gentleman from Oklahoma is recognized.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I yield 2 minutes to my very good friend, distinguished chairman of the Agriculture Subcommittee of the Committee on Appropriation, Dr. Harris of Maryland.
The gentleman from Maryland is recognized for 2 minutes.
Mr. Speaker, I rise today in support of Senate amendment to H.R. 5371, which will finally put an end to the Democrat-led government shutdown. Millions of Americans have suffered because they refuse to reopen the government, harming those who depend on SNAP benefits, federal workers, Border Patrol agents, and our troops who are uncertain about their next paycheck. This legislation extends government funding to the end of January 2026, thereby blocking attempts to force a budget-busting omnibus at the last minute before Christmas. It also includes the FY 2026 Agriculture, Rural Development, and Food and Drug Administration Appropriations Act. Republicans have effectively locked in disciplined, flat spending levels while supporting the Trump administration's policy priorities. The agriculture bill provides $26.65 billion in discretionary spending, which is level with the current amounts, while also including community project funding. This bill provides critical funding support to America's farmers, ranchers, and rural communities. It ensures both USDA and FDA can safeguard our nation's food and drug supply, and fully funds nutrition programs, including SNAP and WIC. Additionally, the bill closes the hemp loophole that has resulted in the spread of unregulated, intoxicating hemp-derived products that are being sold online and in gas stations and corner stores across the country. Many of these products are accessible and attractive to children, resulting in thousands of calls to U.S. poison control centers, with more than 30% involving children aged 5 years and younger. This provision is supported by 39 states' attorney general and over 81 national and state public health, medical, law enforcement, and other organizations. It's beyond disappointing that our colleagues on the other side of the aisle will soon be voting to continue the chaos and uncertainty of a government shutdown. But this is what responsible Republican government looks like. We stared down the radical Democrats' outrageous budget-busting demands and held the line for hardworking American taxpayers. I want to thank Appropriations Chairman Cole for his
Gentleman's time has
leadership,
expired.
strongly encourage my colleagues to
15
support
seconds, Mr.
this
Speaker.
legislation. Mr. Chair, I yield back time.
The gentleman from Maryland yields back.